Hello and welcome to the Wednesday Climbing Daily News Show. Today we've got a big show. We've got news, a lot of it. We've got a mystery guest. If you've seen the front cover, you probably know who it is. And we've got videos. So, yeah, let's do it. Okay, so first up, we've got news from Yosemite, where Jacopo and Babsi and Jacopo have made the first free repeat of Tommy Caldwell's route, Magic Mushroom, on El Capitan. The pair spent 11 days on the route, at times battling illness, but finally being able to clip the chains on the 30 pitch route, which has difficulties up to 8B+. The guys worked the route top down, figuring out how to climb the pitches, which includes several chimneys and awkward styles of climbing, stashing bottles of water along the way before making the final ground up push. The first free ascent of the route was made by Tommy Caldwell back in 2012 with Justin Song, and the difficulty of the route is seen as only second in line after the Dawn Wall. Massive congrats guys, that's an amazing achievement, and thanks to Planet Mountain for their help with that story. Next up, conditions in Spain are obviously really good at the moment because there's been some impressive ascents in Siriana, Santa Linya and Margalef. Anak Verhoeven has climbed the 9A+ route Ciudad de Dios in Santa Linya. She managed to climb it on her second day of working the route, and it's her second route of that grade after she climbed Sweet Nerf, a first ascent in September. Seb Bouin has made a repeat of La Rambla 9A+ in Siriana. Sebastien has previously made a host of hard ascents, including the 9B, Chill and Balam. Seb was ably belayed by his mum in this route, which we think is a nice touch. And finally, Stefano Canati was able to send Yampassi Trons 8C+ 9A in 2 days. The young Italian climber making it his 50th ascent of 8C or harder. Thanks again Planet Mountain for those stories. Next up, the Moonboard Masters was an event we've been speaking a little bit about on Epic.TV, and it took place last weekend. The competition comprised of teams in different climbing gyms around the world setting problems for each other on the Moonboard. The climbers competing included Daniel Woods, Alex Magos, Margot Hayes, Kachi Kadic, Tomoe Narazaki, Jongwon Chon, Akio Noguchi and many other big names. The eventual winners were Alex Magos and Margot Hayes in Sheffield. And lastly, the winner of the Bundesliga Boulder Cup was Jan Hoyer for the males and Alma Bestvata for the females. Congrats guys. Right, next up we've got our mystery guest, and by this point you probably know who it is. That's right, it's Eric.
I can do both.
Alright.
Today we're going to talk about climbing news, and I'm really bad when it comes to climbing news. So we're going to talk about the project inside, because it is kind of news and no one is really talking about it. So it's like meta news. It's like ahead of the curve kind of thing. Yeah, Migos has the high point now, so I thought we were going to discuss what the people have had the high point, where the high point was, and how much they win, and what's the... Okay, so first battery died, we only have one battery left, and it's only one bar. So I'm going to do it as efficient as hell. Okay, so Migos is going to get 1,000 euros. The route in itself, the top jog, is going to get 500 euros. And I asked Andra when he was here climbing, theoretically, how long do you think it's... Like, how long would it take until someone climbs it? And he's like, maybe 30 years. So what's 5 times 30? Math? 150,000. Someone will get a decent amount of money then, I suppose. Yes?
In 30 years time.
Maybe but maybe right now it also exists like 50 or like 5,000 euro in the bucket already.
But you have climbed the route.
I have.
So what do you think about it? Efficiently.
It's really hard.
Is it too hard? Because I don't see many people try it, unfortunately.
No, but the difficulty gets so hard so fast is that, sure, even though there are 3 to 4 clips that the everyday climber could try, it gets just harder and harder. Most people could probably train their way up to the dyno, and then after that you have to be really strong.
Okay, and I also spoke to Björn, the guy that created the event here with everyone else, and he said potentially there will be a project for the females, or like the only female competitors will come and try the route next year. So it will be kind of a big event, because I think the project event is something that will continue every year. This will kind of be like the Legends only take, but the project kind of style. Yeah, he also said there might be a similar route next to it that will be easier, so that like we the weekend warriors can also do a similar kind of route, but easier kind of thing. So I think that's cool.
Which climbers have had a high point so far?
Well, first it was Stefano Gasolfi.
Yes.
That won it. It was like on his birthday on the project, and then after that, Adam came back in April.
Yes.
And got the new high point, and then Migos came, what was it, a couple weeks ago, and then he got the new high point.
Yeah.
Okay, so me and Nick can try to draw where the difference is between Alex and Mego. So what we're gonna do instead is that I have a clip of Andra when he tries the route like a year ago, and then I'm gonna like try make something in Premiere Pro or like my editing program. So we're gonna cut to that now. This is footage from when Adam was working the project a year ago, and the high point as it is right now for Alex is that you have one hand on the pinch, as you can see Adam has right now, and then on the other hand on the box. And then they went in and touched the big pinch. And Alex just did that in a more controlled way, and that's why he got the bonus points, as they do in the World Cups. He had more of his body weight, I guess, into the move, in the direction of how the route was going. That's the distinction between the two tries, even though they're very similar. So that's the explanation that I got. Hopefully I understood it. If not, write in the comment section, and I'll write down exactly what Björn told me. But yeah, back to the cafe.
It's still crazy to actually like say the words out loud. Yeah, it's an AP boulder problem, and then there's no real rest, and then you do an 8C boulder problem. What would someone need to be as a climber to be able to accomplish that? Like if you look at like Andra on Silence in Flatinger, and you're like, that's insane, I can't even comprehend it. And he says this is gonna take 30 years.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Epic.TV, oh my god, that's so exciting.
Do you have any questions about the project, the route? Is there anything you've been wondering?
No, I've been wondering if I should try it, but I probably should train a bit more first.
It's for everyone, Fritz.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's easy in the beginning and then it gets harder, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think I'm gonna try. I wanna try Thursday. I'll come back to you. We can talk about this. Epic.TV, we can talk about it.
Okay, Kaisa, how is the recovery going?
Good. I'm feeling stronger, but not strong enough.
So are you gonna try the Proj next year, when it's gonna be all female?
All female? Yeah, maybe. That would be exciting. Is it gonna be like that?
That's what I've heard, at least.
If I'm strong enough, only time will tell.
So that was the fast update. My first kind of climbing news segment. I wish it was under better conditions, but then again, it's completely my fault because I forgot the charger somewhere, like I always do. Give us the questions. What do you think about the high point? Who could take it next year? Which female climbers would you like to see? I think I already know which ones I'm thinking about. So I think that could be a really cool idea. Yeah, do you have anything to add, Nicken?
I mean, you already said it. Like, I'd be really interested to see which female competitors would be coming and trying it next year.
Yeah.
Who would be able to come out on top. There's some pretty freaking strong crushes out there, and it'd be interesting to see how they do. Yeah. You can probably just like leave out everything that I just said.
Nah, it was good.
16.
Bye, Kaisa.
Bye-bye.
Nice one. Thanks, Eric. I think I'm going to be sticking to my 6B plus project for now. Make sure to check tomorrow's Climbing Daily because Eric's going to be back. He's going to be presenting again, and he's going to be presenting 2, well, maybe 3 of his favourite climbs for the 6th End. So tomorrow's 6th End is going to be Eric presenting from Sweden. On Friday, we've got the next round of the Blockfest, which happened at the weekend. It is news, and I would tell you who won, but then you probably wouldn't want to watch Friday's show. So if you want to find out who won, check out Friday's show.
Hello and welcome back to Blockfest for round 2 here in North London at the awesome Stronghold Climbing Centre. We're here for the youth event at the moment.
Okay, so videos that you should be watching on Epic.TV this week. The Cold House Media vlog, they're still uploading 2 videos a week. They've got some really cool new videos from New Zealand this week. I don't know if you've ever been bouldering in Castle Hill, but it's worth checking out because it looks amazing.
Hi, my name's Josh, and I'm here to talk to you about Castle Hill.
Next up, we've got a really cool video from Chris Sharma. It's in our handpicked for the web section on the website. Chris was on a trip to America where he climbed with Tommy Caldwell in Yosemite, and then he also jumped on a really cool looking Ethan Pringle route called Everything is Karate, so that's definitely worth checking out. And finally, the Climbing Doctor series continues on Epic.TV. Every Wednesday he drops an episode about injury prevention. This week it's about the zlateral epicondyle, basically this bit of your arm. and it's all about preventing injuries happening here and how to do it best. So yeah, that's drop-in today, so check that out.
Lateral epicondylosis, movement re-education. When grasping climbing holds, it is common for the wrist to extend back. This position is commonly used because grip strength is stronger when the wrist is extended back 35 degrees.
Lastly, just a little shop promotion that we got going on at the moment. On the Vertical Climbing app, they're doing their advent calendar, and today we have got an offer happening in there basically. So you've got to go to the Vertical Life Climbing app, and you basically have to like tap on it. I'm not going to give you what the code is because you've got to go to the app and find out what it is. But basically, they'll give you a code, email it to you, you put it back in the system on the climbing app, and you get a really cool gift from the EricTV shop. So yeah, check it out. Okay, that's it for today's show. Make sure you watch Climbing Daily tomorrow for Eric Karlsson, and on Friday for Blockfest, the next episode. Have a great weekend, and yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye.